The head of a major Russian defense contractor, Almaz-Antey, recently said the U.S. Air Force's unmanned X-37B spaceplane is a secret space bomber that can drop nuclear warheads from orbit. While the possibility that the X-37 and other aircraft based on similar technologies could be used for nuke delivery has been raised multiple times, this time it's coming from a person who has expertise in this field. Viewers may note that Almaz-Antey is the designer of the famous S-400 Trumf air defense system. The Boeing-made X-37B is an unmanned, reusable spacecraft that takes off vertically and lands horizontally on a runway. The U.S. Air Force, which owns 2 X-37B vehicles, has refrained from disclosing the exact capabilities of the X-37B and what it does during its extended time in space, apart from hosting scientific experiments. In this video, Defense Updates analyzes why Russia is scared of secretive American X-37B spaceplane. Let's get started. This video is sponsored by the free-to-play military vehicle combat game War Thunder. We talk a lot about military vehicles on this channel, but what about trying them out for yourself? In War Thunder, you can choose from more than 1,200 playable vehicles from the 1930s to the 1990s and go to battle on more than 80 theaters of war. You can fly aircraft, helicopters, drive tanks, and command ships of all types and sizes, which have been carefully recreated from their real-world counterparts. It's available as a free download on PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One with cross-platform support. So grab your friends and give it a try. All viewers of Defense Updates that register using the link in the description below will also get a free premium tank, aircraft, or ship and 3 days of premium account time as a bonus. Director General of Russian state-owned Almaz-Antey, Yan Novikov, spoke on May 22nd regarding the potential danger X-37B could pose. The official story is that these platforms were developed for scientific purposes and, well, surveillance. But we understand that having these capabilities and possibilities, the smaller spacecraft can carry up to 3 nuclear warheads, the large one up to 6. This is without any doubt a serious challenge. The U.S. military reportedly plans to deploy 8 similar space aircraft by 2025. It's well understood that any technologies tested on a U.S. Air Force spaceplane will have some military application, but there's little information to narrow things down. There are a lot of murmurs regarding this. It's perceived by some experts that alongside nuclear strike missions, they could potentially be used to neutralize enemy satellites. The X-37 began as a NASA project in 1999. NASA transferred the project to the U.S. military in 2004, specifically the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, or DARPA. At that point, X-37 became a classified project. X-37 is operated by the United States Space Force and was previously operated by U.S. Air Force Space Command until 2019. 2 different X-37B vehicles have flown a total of 6 missions. The X-37 first flew during a drop test in 2006. Its first orbital mission was launched in April 2010 on an Atlas V rocket and returned to Earth in December 2010. Subsequent flights gradually extended the mission duration, reaching 780 days in orbit for the 5th mission, the first to launch on a Falcon 9 rocket. The latest mission, the 6th, launched on an Atlas V on the 17th of May 2020. The technologies demonstrated in the X-37 include an improved thermal protection system, enhanced avionics and autonomous guidance system, and an advanced airframe. The Boeing X-37, also known as the Orbital Test Vehicle, or OTV, is boosted into space by a launch vehicle, then re-enters Earth's atmosphere and lands as a spaceplane. The robotic vehicle resembles NASA's famous space shuttle, but it's much smaller. It's a 120% scaled derivative of the earlier Boeing X-40. The spaceplane is designed to operate in a speed range of up to Mach 25 on its re-entry. The X-37A Approach and Landing Test Vehicle (ALTV) was an initial NASA version of the spacecraft used in drop glide tests in 2005 and 2006. The X-37B is a modified version of the NASA X-37A built for the U.S. Air Force. Two were built and have been used for multiple orbital missions. The X-37B is about 29 feet or 8.8 meters long and 9.5 feet or 2.9 meters tall, with a wingspan of just less than 15 feet or 4.6 meters. At launch, it weighs 11,000 pounds or 4,990 kilograms. It is the smallest and lightest orbital spaceplane flown to date. It's approximately 1/4 of the size of the Space Shuttle orbiter. The X-37B's payload bay measures 7 feet long by 4 feet wide, 2.1 by 1.2 meters. To give viewers a perspective, it's about the size of a pickup truck bed. The package carried by the craft is classified and has been the main point of contention. The X-37 lands automatically upon returning from orbit and is the second reusable spacecraft to have such a capability after the Soviet Buran shuttle. The spaceplane's thermal protection system is built upon previous generations of atmospheric re-entry spacecraft, incorporating silica ceramic tiles. A lot of advancements have been done over the years to make this a dependable platform. The U.S. has a fully functional nuclear triad. A nuclear triad is the capability to launch nukes from land, air, and sea, and consists of land-launched nuclear missiles, strategic aircraft with nuclear bombs or missiles, and nuclear missile-armed submarines. But aircraft are increasingly vulnerable. Anti-access area denial (A2AD) system refuses the U.S. forces the ability to come within hundreds or even thousands of miles of an enemy's territory. These capabilities include advanced integrated air defense systems with long-range engagement capabilities able to target and shoot down aircraft from hundreds of miles away. Russian S-400 can detect targets at a range of 600 kilometers or 373 miles and engage them at a range of 400 kilometers or 250 miles. In this scenario, X-37B provides the U.S. military with a potentially viable option to carry out nuclear strikes from space, and there's little possibility that the aircraft can be intercepted. This is the reason Russians are scared of this secretive spaceplane.